Hey guys, it's Kelsey. I'm back with another scrapbooking process video, and today is scrap 5. So today we have a recipe where we need to do either doodling or outlining. We have to use geometric shapes, acrylic, die cuts, and red. That was a mouthful. So this is actually my last page with my How to Kill a Kit with Style. You will still see 2 more layouts, but chronologically this is the final page that I've made with this collection. So I'm to that point where I need to use the rest of what I have, and so that's my goal. It came together pretty quickly because I just used the scraps that I already had, plunked them on a page in a staggered style, and tried to just work with that as my design. So right away I have my red on red tone geometric diamond background, so that kind of gets my red and my geometric shapes used up from the recipe, although I'll pull that more in because I don't want that to be the only part of that recipe on the page. I have this orange geometric heart paper that's going to be a large column running down the side, and then the rest of my layers are just kind of staggered. I have one horizontal 4x6 photo, so this kind of worked out well. It kind of made my placement where my photo was going to go, and this part came together extremely fast. This is the part I love about getting to the end of a collection. You just kind of use the scraps how they are and have your design come together for you, and then work from there. So I kind of liked how these papers all fell together, so that's how I'm gluing them down, and then I'll work from there. So I kind of feel like between all these different geometric patterns, my geometric shapes are covered, and like I said, I already have my red background. There's that red polka dot paper I'll use as a horizontal bit, and then I'll also end up doing my journaling in red. So that's kind of what I have used for that. So I still need to do outlining. I have to use some acrylic. I have to use die cuts, and I think that will be my recipe. So as I'm creating the rest of this page, I'm just trying to keep that in mind. But for now, I'm just trying to get down all these paper layers because I know that's how I want my design to be. I'm pretty sure I can incorporate the rest of this recipe into final touches and embellishment. But for right now, I'm definitely trying to look at what I have left over. I have a good bit left on the sticker sheet, so I definitely want to get multiple stickers used up on the sticker sheet. I don't want a whole sheet left of that collection by the end of this month. So I'm just getting this typewriter on here. I'm getting this last little blue tab. I'm getting this little paper clip. Kind of random embellishments, but I hope it works out in the end. So yeah, I popped up this typewriter on some foam. There is this ombre tag that says thank you for being my friend. I'm pretty sure I really didn't need the sentiment that was on that tag, but I wanted the tag for layering purposes. So I just tried to layer this tag with a doily as the background base for my typewriter embellishment cluster, if that makes sense. So I'm hoping by the end you really can't see too much like the text on the tag. I hope it's just a nice design element, because I really didn't feel like I was going to use that tag if sentiment was going to show. So yes, and then I'm adding some orange twine through that tag as well, just to bring out the orange in some of these florals. So yeah, that's pretty much one cluster. And then I kind of wish that there was a horizontal thing for this typewriter to sit on, just to kind of anchor it. And I had one more scrap of this geometric circle and square greenish teal aqua pattern paper. So I just trimmed that into a banner, and I'm going to have that sticking out of that cluster as well, just so it kind of looks like a cohesive group of things. So I'm just getting my foam backing taken care of so that can have a little bit of dimension. I definitely want to cluster to the upper left hand part of this photo where that little tab is sitting. I'm not quite sure what all I want there, but I definitely want there to be something there, so I'm getting that tab glued down. I went ahead and stuck this little clip to the top of the photo running into that embellishment cluster, and I did put some foam behind the top part of that clip, so it has a little bit of dimension the way that clip actually would if it was real and not a flat piece of a sticker. And then I decided I would just do some outlining in white. My white pen is finally trying to die. I think I have another one somewhere, I just have to find it, but this took me a minute because my white pen was trying to die on me. So it turns out it's very subtle outlining, but I think it kind of works for the type of page that this is. A lot of the layers are kind of distressed and have this texture on them. So I think this white outlining being a little wonky and the pen trying to die on me kind of works with the style of this page, or at least that's what I'm telling myself. But that kind of gets my outlining done for the you can see me trying to make this pen work, but that gets the outlining from my recipe down. So I still need to use some die cuts. I still need to do some acrylic, but before I get there, there's a floral piece on the sticker sheet I wanted to go ahead and get used up as well. So I cut it into 2 pieces and tucked them into each of my embellishment clusters, just so that kind of brought some continuity between my 2 clusters that I have. And then I went through my die cuts and pulled out this really cool geometric die cut that Ronnie sent me. I love this die cut, and whenever you need a little oomph or a little extra layer or something, I feel like these are so perfect. So I went ahead and tucked one of those in top and bottom of my layers. This kind of helped with the vertical aspect of my layers because there's a lot of papers going horizontally, but there's only this one orange heart paper that goes vertically. So adding this die cut kind of creates another vertical layery element, which I felt like was missing before. So that's my die cuts that I got used up. And now I'm going in for my title. I just using these white, I think it's Paper Issues. They're the Hobby Lobby brand. And I'm just titling this Odd Jobs. This photo is the after photo of one of the trailers at Cavalia Edicio. I get lots of really weird random jobs while I worked here. They're a lot of fun and it really breaks up the monotony. I was the only person. They hired 4 people, local people, to work in the stables. The 3 of them had the day shift where they pretty much just cleaned the stalls for the horses. And I had the only position that was the showtime position, which was a lot of fun because I was there for, the actual show, helping the performers in between scenes, untacking horses, that kind of thing. But there's a whole gap of time before the show starts where I do all these little jobs. And this was one of them. Was you could not see this door on the other side of the trailer. It was piled with stuff top to bottom. It was a disaster. So this was a couple hours worth of work for me to get this all organized. And this is the after photo. I wish I had a before photo. But I definitely wanted to record this and kind of segue that into the fact that I did all these kind of side random jobs while I worked for them. So that's all my journaling is saying. I get all sorts of random interesting jobs while waiting for showtime. Today was clearing a floor-to-ceiling mess in one of the horse supply trailers and organizing everything. It was quite a rewarding task when done. So that's pretty much it. You saw I went in with those really cute acrylic white hearts from some embellishment near the typewriter. So that's my acrylic element from my recipe. I got those from Redefine Creative. I loved those little hearts. And here are the close-ups. So thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you check out everyone else playing along with Scrap 5, see what they did with the recipe. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.